Hi, this is Kevin Brown with 2 Minute Tuesday. World Magazine recently ran an article that says in secular morality, the majority rules. In morality today, it seems the majority rules. It was interesting. The article chronicled where the Journal of Management Science did a study of 273 participants, and they studied these folks individually where they put them in a room, they gave them one die, and they rolled it. And the higher the number that they reported, the more money they got. So if you rolled a 6, then you got more money than if you rolled a 1. Well, most everybody individually, when they were put in the room by themselves, answered honestly. But then the study researchers planted a liar in the room and placed 4 or 5 participants together. So the die was rolled, and let's say that it came out to be a 2. But the liar looked around and said, why don't we call it a 5? We'll get more money that way. Everyone looked at each other, and in the majority of cases, they went with the morality of the liar. They were in a group. It does seem that the secular morality goes with the majority. That's why it's so hard today to stand up for what is right in a culture that most likely, from a Christian's perspective, is going to tell you and me that what we believe is wrong. In other words, the culture will say, call it a 5, call it a 5, when we know it's a 2. You can think of many, many examples, from marriage to gender to abortion. Call it a fetus, even though we know through ultrasound it's a baby. Where does objective truth come from? The Word of God. This is objective truth. And yet, if you claim that it's a 2, you're going to be ostracized and say, no, call it a 5. Will you stand with the culture, or will you stand for truth? I hope that you'll stand for truth. When it's a 2, call it a 2. And if it's a 5, call it a 5. This has been Kevin Brown through 2 Minute Tuesday.